finger down if you got invited to a club for a friend's birthday, but when you showed up, it was just 10 guys who had been doing mushrooms for the last 3.5 hours? So you decided to invite a girl that you'd recently met to come out to the club with you. When she finally shows up like 30 minutes before the bar is going to close, she shows up with another one of her girlfriends. And she's like, we're going to go to the bar and get a couple shots and we'll meet you outside. About 20 minutes goes by and she's still not out there. And then the bouncer starts clearing everyone out of the bar. So you finally make it out to the parking lot. You realize this girl you've invited has gone from sober to absolutely off her ass drunk. Like a level of inebriated that she could not have possibly achieved in 30 minutes. And you realize she got drugged. Her friend confirms that they only did 2 shots with a group of guys they met at the bar. And then her friend just leaves. So you and your soberest guy friend lean her up against the chain link fence outside of the club and have a little rendezvous about how to get this relative stranger home safely. You notice a group of guys approach her, and one of them starts to immediately get handsy with her. So you walk up and you're like, hey, this is my friend. He's clearly incapacitated right now, so I'm gonna need you to like back off. And he immediately gets aggressive. So you back off to let your male friend handle it, which only makes the situation worse because now the whole gang of guys is involved. Tell your friend, do not take your eyes off of her. I am gonna run and get security. You run back into the club and you're looking around for a bouncer, and for some reason you cannot find anyone. You go to walk back towards them across the parking lot, and as you're walking up, you see your guy friend here, 3 guys in his face, the girl leaning up against the post here, and creepy guy sliding his hand up her shirt. And you do some very quick, very drunk math, which is that if your male friend tries to physically intervene in any way, these 3 dudes are gonna kick his ass. But if you throw a punch as a woman, chances are he's not gonna hit you back. With a confidence that you have never had before in your life, you walk right up to him, forgetting that you are wearing a stone-encrusted ring, and punch him in the face so hard because you've never punched anyone, so you have no idea what amount of force to use, nor do you know your own strength. You break the bridge of his nose open right here. And his 3 friends just kind of stand there in shock for a second. He stands there in shock for a second. And then he whips out his phone to call the police on you for assault. And he's like, what's your full name? I was raised by attorneys. I actually know my shit here. And you look at creepy dude number 1, who's on the phone with the police, who could probably hear you in the background. And you're like, I'll give you my full name, but fun little piece of California law that you should probably know first. In the great state of California, you can claim self-defense in the place of a third party if that third party is incapacitated and unable to defend themselves. And if you call the cops, the first thing I'm gonna do is ask for a blood test. How much you wanna bet there's real in her system right now? And you're the creepy guy trying to take her home. And he stood there for a second, and then he hung up his phone, and then he ran down the street. Owner of the bar came out, and I was like, I'm gonna get banned from this club. And instead, she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. We need more women like you, standing up for women. Please stay on the property. So if cops come, I wanna make sure you're on private property. We can be witnesses. She was like, and you never have to wait in line here again. And that's how you ended up on the VIP list at one of LA's most prestigious clubs, even though you don't go to clubs anymore.